We have a massive report. Precious Achiuwa's role in New York has diminished significantly. And according to reports, his future with the Knicks is now in jeopardy. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. But before we get started, about 52% of you watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel. If you're enjoying the content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button because it could really support all the great content that we're creating for you. And now, let's get started. Major update on Precious Achiuwa's future with New York. We know who the core players are on this team. We also know what players are here for the long term and who's not. It's been clear since Mitchell Robinson returned. Precious Achiuwa no longer has a consistent role on this team. And according to reports, he may not even have a future with the Knicks anymore. Shout out to James L. Edwards with The Athletic for giving us the following information. He answered the following question on the latest edition of his mailbag. He was asked, do you think Precious Achiuwa has a role on this team next year? Or will he even be on the team? And here was Edwards' response to this question. According to him, my answer is no to both. To me, that's been evident in a few ways. First, the team brought him back last summer on a one-year deal, but would only do it if he waived his no-trade clause. That alone signaled that the Knicks would have been willing to move Achiuwa had Mitchell Robinson been healthier sooner rather than later. Secondly, since the team has been at full strength, Achiuwa has been out of the rotation. Unless Achiuwa just isn't getting much interest this offseason and the Knicks are struggling to round out their roster because of financial restrictions, I think this marriage ends at the conclusion of the playoffs. The writing has been on the wall for this move for the last few weeks, but this report just helps solidify the point. Precious Achiuwa's future with the Knicks is over after this season. He was on a one-year deal, so we didn't know what to expect or what the Knicks would do. But now we know. I do want to say, even though this is the case, I'm heavily against not using Precious Achiuwa during the postseason. We have to remember, if we look at the Knicks roster right now, with OG Anunoby, who's his backup? Legitimately, who is OG Anunoby's backup? Because when I look at the roster and I look at who we have available, Precious Achiuwa should be backing up OG Anunoby. That way he can get more rest, recover better, and come back into the game even more fresh. And that's what you want with OG Anunoby. Because if he comes into the game like that, his defense is going to be on that same level. It's not going to change. It's not going to waver. And his offense, like we've seen over the last several games, offensively, Anunoby has taken a step. Now, it doesn't matter who's in front of him. He is either going to fake you out and drive, shoot that three on you and splash it on you, or do whatever it takes to drive and get to the line. He has been doing that, and he's been efficient while he's been doing that. Everybody has seen it, and everybody now knows the Knicks' big three, at least for me, is Karl-Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson, and OG Anunoby. OG forced himself into that conversation, and the way he did it was by his aggressive play. He continued to attack, continued to drive, continued to shoot the three when he was open, and he never stopped. And now everybody around the league is looking at Anunoby and knowing what we all know. He's a problem on both ends of the floor. But even though he's a problem, that problem still needs some rest. And the way to get him rest is to play Precious Achiuwa. Even if you're looking to get off of him or get rid of him in the offseason, it doesn't matter. You have to utilize the players you have that's active and available right now. He is 6'8". Besides Karl-Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson, he's the next tallest player. We have to utilize him. We need his size. We need him to back up OG Anunoby. And guess what? If he plays consistent minutes with the bench, in my opinion, he'll get better. He'll give you greater impact, and he'll do something that the Knicks need. He'll allow Tom Thibodeau to rest the starters more. That means when they come back into the game, they're refreshed, they're rested, and they're ready to go. They're ready to give you 100%. Sometimes that's not always going to be the case if you're playing them 40 to 45 minutes a night. And we've already seen it last postseason. He did that with Josh Hart. I don't know about you guys, but I do not want to see that happen again. I do not want to see the Knicks overplaying their starters, because that's not the way you win in the postseason. You need to have the right balance. And yes, I understand Achiuwa, when he's been out there, he's been up and down lately. Sometimes he's good. A lot of times he's bad. It's not been consistent. You want to know why? The minutes he's been given after Mitchell Robinson has returned has not been consistent either. Sometimes he starts the second quarter. He plays 5 to 6 minutes. Sometimes he looks good, and then he gets pulled. And then you don't see him for the rest of the game. How can anybody give you good minutes like that? You need to be able to play consistently. Let me say it again. Regardless of what you want to do with Achiuwa this offseason, he is part of your team right now. You did not move him at the trade deadline. You probably could have, but you didn't. Now, you have to utilize him. We need his size. We need him to back up OG Anunoby during certain games, especially depending on who we're playing in the postseason and the matchups. The matchups. The matchups. That is the most important thing when you get to the postseason. The matchups tell you what to do. So it's not, oh yeah, I shouldn't play Preston Achiuwa, or I shouldn't play this player. No, 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 no. If the matchup says you should play Achiuwa, then that's who you play. That's what you need to do. That's what coaching is about. Utilizing the players you have to the best of your abilities. And in the playoffs, you need to do that at a top level, an elite level. Tom Thibodeau, I need to see that from you. You know what that's called once you do it? It's an adjustment. And if you do it the right way, it's a winning adjustment. Tom Thibodeau, I need to see more of that. I need to see more coaching. And I need to see these players in the roles they need to be to help us win, have an impact, and most importantly, thrive. Thrive not only in the regular season, but in the postseason. And sometimes thriving looks a little bit differently for certain teams. For this Knicks team, thriving is dominating on the boards, playing great defense, and moving the ball and moving yourself. Please, no isolation plays unless the game is on the line. We're in the fourth quarter. We're in clutch time, and we have to give the ball to the player that needs the ball. Captain Clutch. Like I said, there's always going to be a situation where you can run certain plays. But for this Knicks team, matchups are important. And with the roster that we have, playing those matchups are going to be the key to whether we win a series or we lose a series. But what about you guys? What do you think about the following reports indicating that Preston Achiuwa's time with this team and his future is in jeopardy? And it's likely this offseason, the marriage between Preston Achiuwa and the New York Knicks is coming to an end. Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below, and of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.